There's a couple different options you can use when you're DIY cleaning your own fuel injectors. You could just simply use the popular method on YouTube where you use the valve stem, stick the fuel injector in this side, and use the straw for the carb cleaner. This does work, and it works pretty well. I've done it twice. The only problem I had is on my last go, I had one of the fuel injectors overpressurized and pop out, and the carb cleaner got in my eyes. It burnt a little bit, and that's not healthy. So I wanted to get around that. I didn't want to mess with it this time. I built a pressure vessel. I'm going to see if this works. In my head, it works just fine. We got a regulator gauge. We're going to run it at 30 psi. That's the vessel. It's a union. Unscrews. Throw my carb cleaner in there. Close my valve while I'm doing it down here, and then I'll screw it back on. I'll take my fuel injector, plug him in that end, tighten him down with a line clamp, and then I'll end up hooking up the air hose, priming the pressure, and then I'll go back and I'll actuate the fuel injector with my little Milwaukee battery, and the switch just pop, 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 and we'll just hook them up. We got the fuel injector connector right there. I'm going to use a Milwaukee 12-volt battery with the switch. I'm just going to switch it on and off as we pass the cleaner through the fuel injector. Fuel injector cleaner we're using is the Berryman's B12 Chem tool. We'll get this lit up and see how well it works. Okay, so yesterday I pulled the fuel injectors and cleaned them, and the driver had 60 miles to drive to go home and a 60-mile trip back to work today. And we wanted to look at the average fuel economy. He's reported back that he has acceleration he's never felt before in this car. He bought it used at about 100,000 miles. It's got 147 on it now. Yesterday I had him reset the trip before he left home, and he had an average of 23.9 miles per gallon. And he said he hit 28.5 miles per gallon on the highway today. Obviously it goes down a little bit with some city driving as soon as he gets into town, but that's a huge improvement. And that concludes this little informative exercise.